Okay, so for the end of this vlog, I wanted to do something fun. There were a bunch of articles and a bunch of videos of the talking tour I did at the end of last year at universities, talking about entrepreneurship, trying to promote entrepreneurship in places where we don't have an entrepreneur culture, like Greece, like Cyprus, like Bulgaria, etc. So I went to universities and I talked about it. Feedback from the students, the professors was generally good, and I asked for it, right? I asked for their feedback, and there were things that they said, that I can improve in. So that's good, right? But some people weren't happy with some of the media, and some of the media weren't great to me either, or honest. So I wanted to go through it and set the record straight. And also, I found some funny stuff, so let's dive into it.
All of my businesses, except for the one I have now, aren't here around anymore.
So I said, most of the businesses that I started aren't around anymore. So in a way, they failed, in my opinion, in the way that I see it. Now, a lot of people took that in a different way. We'll get into that later, but I obviously meant that they didn't succeed because they're not around anymore. That doesn't mean they stopped making money or I didn't sell them successfully and I exit them in a good way. It meant that they're not around anymore, Everyone thought that meant like I failed every business and now I'm just talking shit, selling businesses. Every business I've had, most of them actually, not all of them, most of them I've ended up selling. So that's a success in my eyes, right? They're not a major success. They're not like my company, e-commerce brokers, where it's consistently making money. So in that way, it's not a success because they're not around anymore, or they're not owned by me, right? But very many people, especially the Greeks who wanted to comment on the articles and stuff, like that. So next time I'll be clearer.
Φέρνοντας παράλληλα την επανάσταση στον τρόπο με τον οποίο επενδύουν οι άνθρωποι στο ηλεκτρονικό.
It's not just me, right? I can't understand half of what Greek news reporters say. Okay, enough videos of me. Now let's look at, so some other news channels kind of copied that article and made their own article, right? And linked the video and stuff. And one of them was caused an uproar, which is always fun. It's all comments in Greek by Greeks, right? And Greek people, as I know, because, well, I live here in Cyprus, surrounded by Greek people, mainly, and I grew up with them. They're good because they're skeptical, and I respect skeptics. I wouldn't accept something to be true until I saw the reality of it and the facts. So I respect all the skepticism in the comments, but some of it is just straight hate, which is also great. Go hate, go crazy, right? It's fun. Translate in the article, next article, right? People had to get by with 650 a month. 650 a month? 650 euro a month? I got by on like 250 a month. And I worked at McDonald's for $5 an hour. So, Alexandro, don't worry about me, dog. I've gone by with much less. Or Damien, don't know who that is. Oh yeah, so here we go. All the previous ones failed except the current one, which provides advice from me. It's done. Delia, right? So this guy, so he took that as like, everything I've done failed, and now I'm giving advice, right? When I say they failed, it's like they aren't around anymore. I sold them successfully, but to me, to sell them and not want to keep them means like, it's in a way it's failure, right? If a business was doing amazingly well and growing amazingly well, that would have been outright success for me. But just making $500 a month or a week, those businesses that just ticked along, I wanted to sell them. So that to me meant, letting them go and going on to the next thing. In a way, for me, that was failure. But to a lot of people, that's not. So don't worry, Dimitri, we're good. So of course I responded and cleared things up. It is not difficult in 2020 to pay for the Forbes site for even a fake article. They will be paid regularly and each burger will sell the role of the choice. Watching Hustlers America. Poor kid. When I got the Forbes 30 under 30 for Greece, which you have to apply for or someone has to recommend you who's already had it, and then they call you, they interview you, they want to see proof of revenue, proof of profits, like they do proper journalism, right? That's like an interview process, right? Multiple interviews. But some Forbes things are just fake, right? So capital.gr is like a economics and finance magazine in Greece. Now Forbes.com and Forbes, they don't have an outright Forbes publication in Greece. So they license their brand to capital.gr, and they're the ones that did Forbes Greece, Forbes 30 under 30, right? That's one I got, that's one my friend Alex got as well, and his brother Savas Giritsis. But there's fake ones, of course. I agree with you, and they're like bullshit, right? But look at Capital.gr. Ask them about the interview process. See who got paid, right? If you want to say someone paid someone, go and get the facts, dude. Prove it, right? But again, I respect the skepticism, dude. Fair enough. Now you believe that what you're writing. Have you seen his profile on Instagram? Greek millionaire, born and raised in Australia, with quite a few euros, and does not speak Greek either. Ooh. I left home at 17 without $1 to my fucking name. Worked at McDonald's, and Tony Avram has a problem with that. So whoa. Bravo! We got our first positive comment. Nice, man. Now, if you look at all these other comments, they're all pretty negative. Which is the problem, right? That's the problem. I started doing these talks for free, mainly at universities, to promote an entrepreneur culture in Greece, because we don't have that, right? And where does the culture start? It starts in like the family, in your friend groups, right? And when people are like negative about starting a business or doing your own thing, like these people in the comments, you know, like you don't want to do it anymore. And it's hard already. It's extremely hard already. So when people are negative about it and like making fun of the hard work you're doing, even if you do everything right, everything morally and ethically correct, you know, it makes you think, oh, you know what, why don't I just, this is already hard, and now everyone's making fun of me for trying or succeeding. Fuck, like, why should I do this? And this is the problem, right? People, it's tall poppy syndrome, as I don't know what they call it in Greek, but in Australia we say tall poppy syndrome. If someone's trying, or does a little bit well, and everyone else looks at them, they're like, oh, well, cut this guy down, right? That's Greek culture. This is the problem. You know, I did that interview about the talks. They obviously didn't talk about the talks as I wanted them to, and focus on the different things that they wanted to for the article, which is fine. It's media. They're not going to do the authentic or correct or honest thing. Fair enough. But like, this is so indicative and ironically indicative of like the problem, you know? And it sucks. And again, I respect the skepticism, but also it's like, if they just had one look at my YouTube channel, which has how many videos now? Because I've been vlogging for how long now, right? Since 2018, relatively consistently. I have like 200 vlogs, week by week, not every week, but like some day by day for, you know, 3 months, at least every month, videos, and like more recently, very thoroughly made, I like to think, videos about my journey and all the shit times. And I think I mainly ramble on about the shit times, right? And if they took one look at the videos I've made, they'd see that I'm legit, right? And I'm trying really hard, and I want to change my own culture, Greek culture, to help and promote entrepreneurship instead of just cutting people down. Or if you're going to cut people down, make sure they're the right people to cut down. Do a bit of research, right? But no one did that, and that's fine. It's all fun and games, right? But cool. Thought it'd be a little bit of fun to see how it all went. So that's that. Back to the vlog.